the question's been raised before is, how does one become an expert in a particular subject? And of course there's the answer, you can go to school to become an expert in a particular field. But it's also been said that perhaps you could just read a lot of books and learn something. I saw somewhere that you can read books about 1,820 hours worth, and that would make you an expert in a particular subject. I've seen that boiled down as also 50 to 100 books in a particular field would make you an expert on that subject. So what about prayer? Can we become an expert just by reading books? I've got a few here. There's this one here and this one here, and I've got a bag full of a few more books, and that just scratches the surface of some of the books that I've been reading here over the last few weeks about prayer. But does that make me an expert on prayer if I read through those? I've been looking at these certainly to try to find answers to some of the questions we've been looking at about, do I have to ask if God already knows what I need? What's the will of God, and how is that in sync with my prayers? And then for this week I've been looking at these books trying to help wrestle with the question of, why don't I get what I want when I ask for it in prayer? We can all think of a situation where we have asked God for something, probably with really good intentions, and it hasn't turned out the way we had hoped it would or envisioned that it might. The cancer returned. Our kid didn't get into the school we hoped they would. The divorce happened. We didn't get the job we wanted. And the list could go on and on. Well, let me let you in on a secret of some of the things that I have discovered and part of what I'm wrestling with as I look at this subject. Here's the secret. God is not a cosmic vending machine. We don't get just the right combination of things, and if we put them in just the right way, we get in return exactly what we ask for. But I do want to let you know that Jesus gave us some principles of how we might start our prayers, to start us down the road for better understanding what that relationship looks like. It comes, of course, from Jesus' teaching to the disciples about prayer and teaching them the Lord's Prayer, Matthew chapter 6. Jesus told them that they, one, ought to pray in secret. Don't pray to be seen by others. Go behind closed doors and begin your prayer time there. Second, Jesus said to pray sincerely. Don't pray like the pagans who are just throwing out sanctified jargon. Be honest. Bear yourself before God. And then third, Jesus said, pray specifically. And he gave the Lord's Prayer as an example. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done. The same is true for us, to pray specifically. Now, no matter how much of an expert we become on prayer, at least like this, there are going to be things that we don't get when we ask for them. But I think the more that we practice it, the more we practice prayer, not just read about it, the more we actually earnestly participate in prayer, the better we will understand the relationship that we have with God because of our prayer. The better we'll understand how God is at work in our lives, and then how our prayers, our conversations with God, impact that. I look forward to seeing you on Sunday as we try to figure this out together.